Top 10 Worst Kidnapping Cases That Shock the World. Kidnapping is more than a crime. It's a declaration of evil, where a human soul is reduced to a bargaining chip. It's a nightmare no parent wants, no child deserves, and no nation should ignore. These stories below are not just headlines. They are cries. Each case is a reminder that freedom is fragile and that evil often hides in plain sight. Let the countdown begin. And let it teach us never to take safety, family, or discernment for granted. Number 10. The Kidnapping of John Paul Getty III, Italy, 1973. The grandson of one of the richest men in the world was kidnapped by Italian gangsters. When the kidnappers demanded $17 million, his billionaire grandfather refused. They cut off the boy's ear and mailed it in. Eventually, a ransom was paid, but the trauma never left. Lesson: money can't protect the soul. No riches are worth more than human life. Number 9. The Ariel Castro Kidnappings, USA, 2002 to 2013. 3 young women were kidnapped and held captive in a Cleveland house for over 11 years. Chained, raped, and silenced, all while the world moved on outside. Ariel Castro was a school bus driver, the predator next door. Lesson: evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes, it lives across the street. Stay alert. Number 8. The J.C. Dugard Case, USA, 1991 to 2009. At 11 years old, J.C. was snatched at a bus stop and kept prisoner in a backyard shed for 18 years. She had 2 children by her abductor and was hidden in plain sight. Her rescue was a miracle. Lesson: a delay is not a denial. As long as you're alive, there is still a way out. Never stop hoping. Number 7. Boko Haram's Chibok schoolgirls kidnapping, Nigeria, 2014. Over 276 girls were kidnapped from their school by Islamic terrorists. The world screamed #Bring back our girls, but years later, many are still missing. Some were sold, forced into marriage, or killed. Lesson: ignorance is slavery. If education threatens your enemies, you're walking in power. Keep learning. Number 6. The Elizabeth Smart Case, USA, 2002. Kidnapped from her bedroom at 14 by a self-proclaimed prophet and his wife. For 9 months, Elizabeth was abused and brainwashed until a stranger recognized her. Her comeback story now inspires millions. Lesson: no darkness is final. Survival is rebellion. And your voice is your vengeance. Number 5. The Lindbergh baby kidnapping, USA, 1932. The baby son of famous aviator Charles Lindbergh was kidnapped and later found dead. It became known as the crime of the century. Laws were rewritten, and the FBI began tracking child abductions more seriously. Lesson: even the famous are not untouchable. Guard your home like a kingdom. Number 4. The Natasha Kampusch Case, Austria, 1998 to 2006. She was just 10 when she was abducted by a man who kept her in a basement for 8 years. She eventually escaped. Her poise, intellect, and survival stunned the world. Lesson: chains don't last forever. The mind is the first battlefield, guard it, and you'll outlast your enemies. Number 3. The Kamia Mobley Case, USA, 1998. Kidnapped from a hospital just hours after birth, Kamia was raised by her abductor for 18 years, believing she was her real mother. Her true identity was uncovered through DNA. Her life was a stolen lie. Lesson: not every parent is a protector. Test everything. Don't build your truth on deception. Number 2. The Sylvia Likens Case, USA, 1965. Though not a traditional kidnapping, Sylvia was left by her parents in the care of a woman who tortured and murdered her over months. It was a slow death fueled by neglect, wickedness, and silence. Lesson: entrusting your child to the wrong hands is a crime in itself. Investigate. Protect. Ask questions. Number 1. The Josef Fritzl Dungeon, Austria, 1984 to 2008. Josef Fritzl locked his own daughter Elizabeth in a basement for 24 years. He fathered 7 children with her through rape. 3 lived underground with her. He went to church on Sundays, and back to the dungeon after. Lesson: the face of evil might say grace at dinner. Don't let familiarity replace vigilance. And never silence your gut feeling. These cases are not just horror stories. They are shaking alarms. We live in a world where darkness tries to walk beside us on school buses, in church pews, in relationships, and even in our own families. But you are not powerless. Be vigilant. Be loud. Be prepared. And teach your children to speak up, to run, to question, to survive. The worst enemy is the one you excuse. The worst tragedy is the one you could have stopped. Never ignore the signs. And remember, if evil has the courage to attack, you must have the courage to fight back. Like and follow this page for more amazing contents like this.